o filme é mais rápido, mais furioso do que todos os outros filmes.
Hoje a Autosport está aqui em Los Angeles, na Califórnia, para te contar as principais novidades do Velozes e Furiosos 7, que estreia em abril no Brasil. Agora você vê o que os principais personagens têm a dizer sobre o novo filme e também ficar sabendo um pouco dos carros, como esse Subaru WRX, que é do personagem do Brian O'Connor no filme 7.
Looks like the sons of London have followed us home.
Remember Owen Shaw? This is his big bad brother.
I feel like the Mopar, the gearheads of the world, they've adopted this movie wholeheartedly. And I think that they enjoy the success of the saga. They know where its origins lie, and they take a certain pride in that. And the idea that this is a franchise that keeps one-upping itself and keeps getting bigger and more successful, but at the same time sticks to kind of evergreen themes that have existed in the movie since the first one. I think the car lover audience gets a real kick out of the fact that we've come this far.
Just when you didn't think it could get any better, huh?
We try to obviously give the fans what they want, they love the cars, and so we try to give them a variety of cars to kind of to gravitate to. So we have like the classic American muscle cars, but then we also have classic sort of Japanese imports. And then in this one where the movie goes to the Middle East, we showcase the incredible cars they have in that part of the world, with the Lykan Hypersport. But one of the things I really wanted to bring is the element of suspense, the element of thrills, and so I try to incorporate a lot of that into my action sequences. Like for example, I have a scene where the bus is hanging over the edge of a cliff, and Paul has to try and climb his way out of that. So that kind of stuff I try to bring to this movie that's a bit different.
Kind of a very cool kind of testament to the fact that we were onto something and doing something right was the fact that Pablo and I won Best Duo in MTV at MTV Movie Awards back in 2002, and then in 2014 we won, 12 years later, we won the same award, Best Duo for Fast and Furious 6.
Let's go for a little ride.
Most of the time, in movies, a character will pass away in a movie, but they don't in real life. And the fact that we lost Pablo, we realized we had a very unique opportunity to send him to a different form of heaven. And because we had been playing with this theme of family over multiple pictures, it was essentially there for us. It was already built into the saga, and it was the natural conclusion.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Well, I feel the challenge was the same for all of us, which was to try and not necessarily salvage the movie. I think for me personally was my number one goal was just to create a little space and let his family go through their processes as they had to. I was always going to be there for them in the shadows. But then also when it was time to continue filming, trying to put together the best movie that we could possibly put together, trying to find a balance between making it entertaining and hopefully creating some smiles along the way for people, and then also create something that was going to be memorable and respectful to him at the end.
He's got to go to work.
Before the tragedy happened, I had already mapped out our saga returning to Rio. So it was always my intention. There are outstanding story elements that are still in Rio. On the longer version of this movie, we actually saw Elena return to Rio. We also have Vince's son, Nico, who Dom said he'll always have eyes on. So there are Easter eggs throughout the saga, and there is outstanding story points that live in Rio that would force the saga to return to Rio. And I loved Rio. I loved filming in the favelas. I loved the people of Rio. And I can't wait for another excuse to go back there.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Obrigado.
This time it ain't just about being fast.